Hi, it's me again with Corel Draw Tips and Tricks, and this is another video about this interlocking square, and even more so in like a 3D. It's not perfect yet, but it looks like the parts are going, it almost looks like you mitered wood and put it together and interlocked the frame. This one I did a little differently. This one I actually went to 2 inches instead of 1 inch, and it's pretty cool effect. I mean, they really look like they're intertwined. Here's the original drawing with 1 inch, and it's not a very good picture. So I thought I'm going to make it 2 inches so that it gives a little bit more depth. And then while I was making it, I kind of figured out a better way to do something. So we're going to make this time we're going to use a 2 inch by 8 inch block and hit P, put it in the center of the page. And on all the other ones I made, we did it with making one block bigger. So I'm going to Control D. I'm not going to do that this time. I'm going to hit 90-degree angles. I'm going to take the virtual segment delete key. I'm going to delete this line and delete this line. If you notice, the indexing line has stopped it. And then we're going to take the Smart Fill tool. Let's see what our nudge factor is set on. It's set on 1.3. We need to make it, this is 8 inches. We need to make it 10. Same thing as before. We're going to fill that in, move it over, fill that in, move over, and fill that in. But we're going to leave that black. And now I'm going to take away the outline by right-clicking. And then I'm going to use the transparency tool. And I'm going to go from right at that edge to about where that arrow's at that edge. And then I'm going to click off of it and click back on it. Click off of it and actually click this one. Whoop. I saw it move a little bit. Whenever you see it move, you need to change it. Put it back. So we're going to go from that edge to where that arrow's about there. So they're kind of more equal. Now we can nudge these over and you've got that effect. So we're going to Control G and group it together. Now in the previous video, I had to grab it and kind of play around with it to get it to go there. But I started thinking it's 8 inches, so let's make our nudge factor 4. We can just go up 4 and over 4. And now it's exactly where it needs to be. We're going to Control D and make a duplicate and move the center rotation in there. Doesn't look like it is, but it is. Rotate it 270 degrees, Control D. Rotate it 180 degrees, Control D. Same thing as we did before, we're going to group it together, but then we're going to rotate it at a 45-degree angle, and we need to measure those two smallest points, so we're going to use the parallel dimension tool from that node to that node, and we have a magical number of 15.84. So we're going to take away that, and we're going to draw a rectangle or a square, holding down the control button, 15.84. And with our ratio lock, it did it both. I'm going to hit P, grab our pick tool, grab them both, use the intersect tool, nudge that out of the way. There's our working model. We don't have to put it back, but we are. Now it's 15.84, so we need to change our nudge factor to 15.84. Control D and make a duplicate and another one. And you see, because we're 2 inches, our lines are a lot bigger, so I Control D and moved it down. You can Control D. Then once you've got it this way, you can Control G and group it, and then make it any size you want. And like I said in the previous video, it's a fill, so the lines do not change. And if you want to try that, if you have, I don't know about all lasers, but an Epilogue in their print driver has a part called, and under the advanced setting, you could put it for 3D. And I don't know exactly what it does, but I think it slows it down a little bit so it has time to change from the black to the white. In the next several days, I'm going to try to figure out how to kind of modify this. Even though this looked really good, I mean, it looks like it's been Looks like that wood is going underneath there and coming. I just don't like some of the corners. But it does look like it looks like it's been carved out in that picture. Anyway, I hope that helped a little bit. Thank you for watching.